Hola chicos, hoy es jueves el 15 de abril de 2021. Hoy tenemos para empezar nada. Es un poco diferente, ¿sí? Y estás mirando la lección del día, muy bien. Hoy vamos a hablar de algo cultural. Se llama zapatos de goma. Zapatos de goma es un juego es a game, en Perú. Es muy popular con los niños de Perú. Y también vamos a hablar de un tema, Circumlocution. ¿Sí? Vamos a hablar de los dos. Pero primero, zapatos de goma. Zapatos de goma, como lo digo, es un juego en Perú, a game in Peru. Now, zapatos de goma. Zapatos son shoes, ¿sí? De goma. Goma is like plastic. So zapatos de goma is just kind of saying tennis shoes. So this, like I said in Espanol, if you were able to understand, this is a game in Peru that's very popular with the kids. And this is a little cultural lesson for you guys. So here's how you play zapatos de goma. There's two teams, well actually there's more teams, and each team chooses a color. Cada equipo tiene un color. ¿Sí? Y el juego empieza con un equipo que necesitan decir color, color, color. Por ejemplo, amarillo, amarillo, amarillo. Amarillo dice ¿qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay means like what's up. I means there is or there are. So what is there? Or what's up? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay? El equipo número uno dice ¿tienen zapatos de goma? Tienen is like do you all have, we're using the ustedes form here because we're in Latin America. Do you all have tennis shoes? ¿Tienen zapatos de goma? Sí hay, sí hay, sí hay. So they respond, yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So basically, yes, we have them. In essence, sí hay, sí hay, sí hay. Y el equipo número uno dice, ¿de qué colores los tienen? So los is our DOP here. Of what colors do you all have them? Los is replacing los zapatos. ¿De qué colores los tienen? El equipo número dos dice el color de un otro equipo. The team number two then would say a color of another team. So, ¿cómo lo voy a explicar? How am I going to explain this? Let's say that we have, this cat might be kind of goofy. I have different pins here, okay? I've got rojo, azul, where's the camera? Rojo, azul, y amarillo. See? So, for example, maybe my amarillo team is starting. But here's the catch. Whenever you're singing this song, you and your entire equipo, your entire team have to be saltando, jumping. The verb saltar means to jump. So you have to be jumping as you're saying this. So for example, let's say I'm playing with tres equipos. Y el equipo amarillo empieza. Azul, azul, azul. So you see how they're calling to this team? This team would say, ¿qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Tienen zapatos de goma? Sí hay, sí hay, sí hay. ¿De qué colores los tienen? Now, azul has to decide what color they're going to say. So maybe azul will respond, rojo, rojo, rojo. Then rojo is going to respond, ¿qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué hay? ¿Tienen zapatos de goma? Sí hay, sí hay, sí hay. ¿De qué colores los tienen? And then rojo is going to respond with a color of a team that they want to make jump. How to perder. Perder means to lose. How do you lose? Someone in your team gets exhausted and they stop jumping. When I was in Peru, the chicos there, the kids there, they always wanted to play this game with us, and we were like, oh my goodness, it's so exhausting. Okay, but basically you're just trying to tire each other out. So a lot of times two teams will like team up on one team and they'll always say amarillo, amarillo, amarillo. So this team always has to keep jumping until someone burns out, in essence. Anyway, that's a little cultural lesson for you guys, zapatos de goma. I have linked something in your guys' slides so you can watch it in real life if your computer allows you to watch YouTube. It's just a 1-minute clip. Anyway, now we're going to talk about circumlocution. That's going to be your vocab word for the day. What is circumlocution? Well, it's something that every language learner has to do or has to learn how to do, especially if you go to another country or even if you're in the United States and you're speaking with someone who doesn't speak English. Have you guys heard the phrase, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice means how do you say? So if you're in my Spanish class, it's very easy to look at me, point to a pencil and say, Señorita Blanca, ¿cómo se dice? And I will say, oh, se dice lápiz. Or you could say, Señorita Blanca, ¿cómo se dice song? And I would say, se dice canción. Or Señorita Blanca, ¿cómo se dice lamp? Se dice lámpara. Well, if you're talking to someone who doesn't speak English, you can't say, ¿cómo se dice? And then an English word because they don't know that, okay? So, what we have to do is if there's a word we don't remember how to say in Spanish, we have to be able to talk about it in a different way. We have to describe it in Spanish with other words so that that person can guess the word we're trying to say. For example, real life application. I was in Spain and I had to walk 30 minutes on my way to church one day and it was very hot outside, and by the time I got to the church I really needed some water. And so I went to one of the ladies there. I didn't really know anyone and I forgot how to say water fountain. And so I looked at her and I said, perdóname por favor. I said, tiene usted agua? Agua. And then I kind of put my finger down to act it out and kind of pretended like I was sipping it up like in a fountain. But at least I knew the word to say agua, so she could know what I was talking about. Or let's say that you're somewhere and you want to ask, where is the football field? Right? Where's the football field? But you forget how to say field. So you could say, perdóname, ¿dónde está el lugar donde juegan los jugadores de fútbol americano? And then they could say, oh, el campo. And you would say, oh, sí, sí, el campo de fútbol americano. They could say, oh, está allí. You see what I'm saying? So this is a very, very important skill for language learners. Don't get down if you don't know the word. Just describe the word with other words. Kind of like if you've ever played the game Taboo, right? You're wanting your team to say this word, but you can't actually say that word yourself. Or catchphrase, for example. Just all in Spanish. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to give you an assignment where I'm going to give you some circumlocution examples, and you need to choose what word I'm talking about, and then you're going to be able to speak to me in Spanish and use circumlocution to describe what word you want me to think of. In class, we're going to be reviewing a lot of these words, and I'll give you one more example. Let's say I want to go to a cinema, but I forget what this word is. Okay, I don't know it. So I have to try to describe it to you in Spanish so you know what I'm saying. So let's say I'm in Ecuador and I'm wanting to go watch a movie with my friends. Okay, I could go up to someone and I could say, discúlpame, ¿dónde está el lugar donde puedas ver una película? Una película, right? Do you remember that word for movie? Or you could say, hay un televisor muy, muy grande y hay muchas sillas. ¿Sí? Puedes comprar comida y ver una película con muchas personas. See how I never said el cine, but the person's going to know exactly what I'm talking about? Some words to know that will be really helpful when you're describing this is algo just means something. Lugar means place. The word que like this means that without an accent. So for example, if I want to try saying libro, I would say, oh yeah, one more thing. La cosa would be the thing. So I could say, ¿sabes la cosa que tú puedes leer? See? It's like, oh, el libro. Or la mochila. Es la cosa en que tú pones tus libros y tus cuadernos y tus lápices y la necesitas para escuela. All right? Muy bien. So that's what we're going to be doing today. All right, well, I'll stop talking about it and let you guys get on to the homework. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this is a good listening and speaking exercise for us. Tomorrow I'm going to give you guys a project, and we're going to be working with that to finish up 6.2. I'm planning on giving you guys a quiz next Friday, so not a full-blown test. A quiz next Friday over 6.1. All right, chicos, adios y hasta mañana.